So it seems to be that a lot of celebrities are recently professing Christ, but just because somebody professes Christianity or Christ, does that make them a Christian? Will Smith is one of those that just did a song with Maverick City Worship and Sunday Service Choir. I believe that was Kanye West group at the BET Awards, and people are upset about it, specifically the Christian community. But does it warrant? I want to show you guys some of the video of his performance, and then you guys tell me what you think, and I also want to go over the lyrics of the song, and then I'm going to show you a clip of what I believe is some of the worst advice ever he gives on a podcast. Now, I'm all for celebrities getting saved. I'm praying for Hollywood revival. I'm praying that Hollywood would turn into Hollywood. I'm praying all the stuff you guys are praying. God save celebrities. But what I'm afraid of is we're making a watered-down version of Christianity, and we're labeling people that aren't Christians as Christians who aren't even showing the fruit of Christianity. So that's what I want to talk about in this video. Stay tuned. Let's do this. All right, I want to show you guys some of this performance. Of course, I'm going to mute it for copyright reasons. They won't let me play it. And I just want you to give me your first thoughts on it in the comments right now. Tell me what you think about the performance. I'm troubled by celebrities randomly coming out doing Christian songs. I know there's another, I won't even mention his name, hip hop artist that's recently had several secular rappers and artists on his songs doing Christian songs. I just personally don't think non-Christians, unbelievers should be making songs about God and Christian songs, basically dipping their toes into the Christian market, trying to make money off of Christianity when they're not even Christians. Now, I don't know where Will Smith stands, and as I said earlier, I'm praying for Will Smith. I want these celebrities to get saved. My concern is we're creating a counterfeit version of Christianity, and then other celebrities go, oh, Will Smith's a Christian, and he does all these things that are not Christian. That must be Christianity. It's a bad picture. So let's just watch a bit of this and tell me guys what you think. So here's his performance. I'll skip a little bit and just play some of it. We can kind of see. All right, so for me, off the bat, I'm not trying to be religious. I'm not trying to be like, everything's demonic, brother. I don't want to be one of those people. This just feels weird to me. And I'm just being honest. I watched this video and it just gives me weird feelings inside. I don't know. I could be wrong. You guys tell me, but I look at the red and the symbolism and the fire and the, what is that, a blood moon? I don't know. And it just feels weird to me. It feels like another performance I'm going to show you a picture of after, which was completely wrong. But I'm not going to say this song is demonic just based off the visuals. But I want to look at the lyrics after, because this is apparently a Christian song with Maverick City Worship and also Sunday Service Choir, which is Kanye West's old group. But let's just look at a little bit of this, and then we'll look at the lyrics. This is what has all the Christians mad. There's Chandler Moore of Maverick City. But Christians are saying, you know, this is BT words. They're like, why is Will Smith? To me, it's like, why are you dipping your toes into Christian music if it's not, to me, not a very Christian song? We're going to look at the lyrics here. So here is singing. You have the Ring of Fire. I don't know. I look at all these celebrities that are doing these demonic performances, and this is kind of how they look. And I could be wrong. I'm just giving you guys my thoughts, and I'm opening dialogue to hear your thoughts. I'm not trying to point the finger here. That's just the way I feel. So there it is, raining. It's about trials. Okay. All right. So that's enough to where I don't want to get a copyright. So there was another performer people are comparing it to, Sam Smith, who of course is not a Christian, did a very demonic performance last year. And this was his set, right? Where he had all these homosexual strippers and everything like that. It's just that type of look. Okay. This was the Sam Smith performance. So people are comparing to that. Now, is it a Christian song? Why are people so mad about it? This is the song. So let's look at the lyrics and see if this points to Christ, if this points to the gospel. What you're going to see in a lot of celebrity Christianity or celebrity Christian songs is you're not going to see the name Jesus usually. And it's usually going to be more about me, more about self, and all that type of stuff. So this is Maverick City and Sunday Service Choir. Okay, so let's look at the lyrics. Don't give up on me. I need you to hold on. No, you're deep in the storm, but I know you can face it. It could get dark on the road and you're feeling all alone. Don't lose sight of where you're going, because I know you can make it. So it really is, again, we're evaluating, is this a Christian song? Is it about God? Is it about Christ? It really is about self is what we're seeing here. Yeah, I know you can make it. I know you can make it. So it's more of a positive song rather than a Christian song. You're in the smoke and the fire, tightrope on the wire. See, you're broken and tired. All your hope is expired. You're just done with the change and the games and the shame, and the world is insane. All the pain from the flames you walk through, but no one will talk to. The ghost that will haunt you and thoughts that will taunt you, trying to heal, but the battle's uphill. And if God is for real, you just wonder if he'll listen. Which to me, again, if it's a Christian song with Maverick City Worship and Sunday Service Choir, people were saying it's Maverick City. Maybe it was just Chandler Moore. But why would you even say if God is for real in a Christian song? You'll wonder if you listen. Somebody tests for the flesh, exhausted, gasping to catch your breath, walking the valley shadow of death. When you think you got nothing left, keep going. Don't give up on me. Okay, keep going. I know you can make it. I know you can make it. The darker the hell you got to endure, the brighter the heaven you get to enjoy. The harder the fall, the higher you soar. God opens a window when the devil closes the door. All right, so yeah, it's a very positive song, but to me, not a Christian song. This doesn't point to Christ, doesn't present the gospel. It's just like, you can make it, you can do it. But who's helping me? Who's getting me through? Is it God? So again, to me, not a Christian song. And I worry that we're creating a celebrity culture Christianity that says you can be a Christian and still do all the things the world does. I think he just came out, the movie, was it Bad Boys? I'm guessing, I don't know about the movie, but I'm guessing it's filled with a bunch of worldly stuff, a bunch of cussing, a bunch of sin. I'm guessing they're using sin to entertain people. And so I go like, is Will Smith Christian? I don't know. I don't know who's Christian. I don't know if you're a Christian or not. I just look at the fruit, and I'm afraid that we would create a Christianity that is not in the Bible, that celebrities can jump on board with. And to me, it looks like a counterfeit. So he was on a podcast just, was this recent, a month ago. And I want you to hear some of the advice he gives these guys. This is called the Full Send Podcast, one of the top podcasts in the world. And I just want you to hear some of the advice, and you can tell me if this sounds Christian or not.
Question about living in the moment.
Yep.
Because obviously you have everything in the world. And I saw a clip where you were talking to another podcaster who was asking about how much money you have, like on Google.
Yeah.
And you were talking about how, like,
Again, I would not be making a video about Will Smith if he didn't just do a Christian song at a huge award ceremony and is making Christian songs on his Instagram with Chandler Moore. If he's genuine, praise the Lord. I'm praying for him. I want him to be. I don't want to be that judgmental person that's like, this person isn't saved, this person isn't saved. I'm just afraid that we have celebrity Christianity creeping in and becoming a norm.
you could have everything, you could buy anything. And once you can have it all, you kind of go like, damn, I realize what really matters is whatever's in here and whatever's here is going to actually make me happy.
Yeah.
How do you live in the moment, like having everything you have? And how do you actually find happiness now when you've had everything else in the world that, you know, maybe at one point you thought would make you happy or people think is going to make them happy?
You know what?
So how do you find happiness? You've had everything. That's a great question. I think this guy's name is Bradley Martin. Great question. How do you find happiness? And then later they're going to ask him practically, what should we do? Give us advice to finding happiness and purpose and all that. And again, he's making Christian music. So of course the answer should be in God. It's the only way to find true joy, true pleasure, true happiness.
It is such a beautiful, good question.
Thank you. Thank you.
No, it is a
solid
it is so the material world is utterly incapable of providing lasting happiness.
Yeah.
And
It's a really good word. The material world that's powerful.
it's just, you have to get to the ends of the things and still be miserable to realize that, right? And you know, there was a thing, people talk about rock bottom, and I coined a phrase that there's a corresponding place I call it cliff top, right?
Yeah.
And rock bottom is when you get to a place where you can't go any lower. It can't be worse. You're in the wasteland and your life can't get any worse, and it's either die or elevate.
Yeah.
There's a corresponding place called cliff top where you wear out everything in the material world.
This is an interesting phenomenon between celebrities and people that have had everything. They get everything just to realize they have nothing. And here's the thing, guys. Every single person has a void that only God can fill. You were made that way. It's in your DNA. It's how God created you. And so people look to shove everything else in the void, in the hole that doesn't fit anything but God. Only God can fit there. Only God can satisfy. So this is what he's talking about. You go to the top, you have all this money. I've talked with people that have hundreds of millions of dollars and they couldn't find happiness, they couldn't find pleasure, and they only found it in God. So that would be the thing, is like, if Will Smith is truly a Christian, this was a month ago, wouldn't you say you can only find true happiness in God, in Christ, in Jesus Christ? I've seen other interviews of Will Smith talking about universalism, where he tried this and he reads the Quran and he tried Islam and he mixes all the religions together, which is a very universalism. I can't even say it. Universalism. It's that mindset. When we know as Christians, there's only one way. Jesus is the only way.
There's nothing else that you can reach for. There's no more sex. that's going to be anything but a lateral move. There's no more money. There's, no more success. And it's a abyss. It is an absolute abyss when you realize that there's nothing left in this world to reach for to make you happy.
That's a powerful reality.
And then it's the same thing. You either die, which is what you see when you see people.
You find God, that's what you do. That's what you should be telling them.
People like kook out after they get money. That's what happens. They realize they get up there, there's nothing else, and they're the same scared little boy or girl that they were when they were broke. And there's a decision you have to make where you have to trust that the universe wasn't created.
Yeah, he uses a lot of the universe. It's like more new age. I saw another interview where he's like, the universe knows, the universe understands. So, of course, not mentioning Jesus Christ.
For you to run out of things, right? And then you realize that the final frontier is getting your inner house in order, right? With no women, with no drugs, with no money, with nothing.
This is solid advice. It's just stopping short of God is the answer.
Can you cultivate a joyful spirit just with you and you? And the undertaking of that work is excruciating. But it's the work that Buddha was talking about. It's the work that Jesus was talking about. It's the work that Muhammad was talking about, that Arjuna
So there he's acknowledging Buddha, Muhammad.
was talking about. It's it's what Job had to suffer.
That's deep. I mean, even for us, because we're kind of in entertainment and we're, at what point do you know that, or how do you navigate that? Like, what would your advice be?
What do you do? What do you do?
So their answer is well, what do? You find the bottom, you have it all. They're asking plainly, what is the answer? What is the answer? And this is the chance where you go, God, Jesus, that's the only answer. If you're a Christian, if you're doing Christian music, you're performing with, Maverick City Worship and Sunday Service Choir, I'm just saying, and again, I don't want this video to come off as judging his salvation or anything. I'm just worried about celebrity Christianity creeping in, but let's just listen to what he says here. To me, he gives the worst advice ever right here.
So have a ball. Have a ball.
So get it out of the system first.
Get it out.
You got to get to clip top.
Right? Yes, you get to do everything you want to do, right?
That is not a Christian response. Hey, what should I do to find the meaning of life? Do everything you could possibly do. Everything, get it out of your system. That's not.
Try
Jesus
to make
never ever said that.
as much money as you want to make. Just exhaust the joy of this world, and you're gonna have a really, really hard night one night. And
It's the worst advice ever.
You'll be laying there by yourself and nothing's going to mean anything to you, right? And then you'll have to detox. And then as you detox, you'll start to be able to look at your mind and realize the monsters in your mind.
See, we're stopping short of look to God. Look to God. If I'm a Christian, look to God. If I'm a believer, look to God, not look to the monsters in
The
your
same monster that made you climb and reach for those things is the monster that keeps you from being happy, right?
Yeah.
All of that craving, all that scratching, all that clawing, and then you just got to make peace with that dude, and you realize that ecstasy isn't happiness. Peace is happiness. Balanced.
I still got to get it out of my system, so.
Yeah, no.
I'm still in the ecstasy phase.
Yeah.
Is there no other way
We're
to
still
get
kind
there?
of there.
It's really hard to.
This guy Bradley's asking questions. He said, is there no other way to get there? Guys, this is so clear. He's asking, so the only way to get there is exhausting, sleeping with all the people, making all the money. And then Brad's like, is there another way? Yes! Jesus! He's the way, the truth, and the life. He's the way you get there. But Will's giving the worst advice ever, saying exhaust, do all the sin you can, do all the worldly things you can.
To move away from something that you haven't tasted.
Yeah.
And
don't
it's
taste it.
I
It's poison.
really wish everybody could have all of their material dreams in order to realize that that's not it.
Yeah.
It's You know, as sappy as it sounds, like really, like loving people is the only thing to do here.
Yeah, sure.
So is that what really makes you happy now?
Yeah, it's like just loving people.
Yeah, it's frustrating watching some of these clips of him because, again, he's stopping short of sharing about God and what God's done in his life. If he's claiming to be Christian, I don't even know. And again, maybe this is coming off judgmental. I would like to know what you guys thought about the performance, about the song, about his recent talks of God and Christianity. A few months ago, he was talking about, like, you know, just serve the universe and the universe. It's very new agey. Again, my only concern is we have a lot of celebrities saying they're Christian now, but it's not the Christianity of the Bible. It's not the model that Jesus called to live of holiness, of separation, of consecration, of coming out of the world. And now it's like all these celebrities are all of a sudden Christian, but there's no life change. There's no gospel message. So let me know what you think down below. And every video I make, I'm like, I'm just giving you guys what I think. I'm just giving you as my opinion. It's not gospel truth what I'm saying here. I could be wrong, but I want to hear your guys' thoughts down below. We're live Monday at 6, Tuesday at 6, and then sometimes Thursday at noon. Make sure you go to the live tab. That's where all of my hundreds of hours of Bible teaching are in sermons and videos and live streams. So please check the live tab if you're just watching these reaction videos. Pray about partnering with us down below, and we'll see you guys in the next video.